been practicing law in Anderson County for over 30 years. He knows our community, our people, and our values. He's a conservative with the experience and temperament you want in a judge. He listens courteously, considers thoughtfully, and upholds the law. That is why Governor Bill Lee appointed him to the bench. The Republican primary is March 5th. Let's keep Jamie Brooks as our Republican chancellor in Anderson County.
Hello and welcome to Exigent Sports. I'm your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass, and I'm excited today because we have a wonderful show. We're going to have a lot of intel, a lot of insight about our youth, about AAU basketball, and also about our region. We love Oliver Springs. We love Harriman, Kingston, Rockwood, Wartburg, Cofield, and we want to make sure that we highlight all those guys today. At first, we had a special guest coming from Harriman, and the reason why I want to bring those guys in is because I definitely want to give the flowers to P-Man and the family in Olive Branch County. So rest in peace, P-Man. Know that we love you. Always praying for the family. You guys need anything, make sure you give me a call. Right now, on set, I have a wonderful young lady, Maggie Williams. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Have you been on TV before?
No.
Well, it looks good on you. I think it's going to work. And I'm looking for a co-host, by the way, okay? So if this is comfortable for you, you might be able to come back on to do a co-host show with me. That'd be cool?
Okay.
I would like that. So, Maggie, I watched you for years. I mean, many, many, many years. Trained for basketball. And you worked hard. You was getting your dribbles down. You getting your shots up. And one year you just wound up quitting. What year did you quit basketball?
The preseason of my 8th grade year, so...
Preseason of 8th grade year.
I don't really know what year it was, but it was 8th grade. So.
8th grade. So preseason 8th grade, Maggie Williams. Now, mind you, she played a lot of basketball. Little League basketball, AAU basketball, traveling, and training. When you told your dad you wanted to stop playing basketball, how'd that go?
I mean, he was very supportive of it, and he was my coach for basically since I started playing in Girls Inc. And he was just very supportive of it because he just told me, if you want to do something else, as long as you love it and you try hard at it, I'm fine with it.
Absolutely. Did you have an idea what you want to do at that time?
Well, 2020, when COVID hit, I was over at my friend's house a lot, Peyton, and we would just hit the volleyball, like just goofing around, and I was like, wait, this is kind of fun.
Right.
So then when I went back to school, I tried out for the team. And
So was that your freshman year?
No, it was my
8th grade year?
7th.
7th grade. Now, that was at Robertsville, right?
Yes.
Who was your coach?
Erin McGinnis.
Erin McGinnis. I know her. I watched her play basketball. She was tough. She put up a lot of numbers in basketball, too. She was real cool with the McGinnis family. So, how was she as a coach?
She was a good coach. I got to play with her daughters as well, so that was cool because they're pretty tall, so that's always fun in volleyball.
They got the lights on me. I'm sweating in here, guys. I can't stop sweating. The lights are so bright and shiny on me. They turned up the heat in here on me today. But that's okay because we're going to cool it down knowing that your story has brought you on to playing volleyball. So you had 2 years of volleyball in middle school. Mm-hmm. Any accomplishments or accolades there?
Not really. I was just trying to get into it and, like, get my feel of what position I wanted to play. Like, at the beginning of 8th grade year, I was a setter, and then at the end, I was hitting the ball. Like, it was just, I just got traded around because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do and be the best at.
Right. So when you came into your own, I guess you went on to high school, decided to play. As a freshman, I heard that you made the varsity.
Yeah, about a quarter or a halfway through the season, I was playing actually JV and varsity. So I was going from JV games to varsity games back to back.
Wow, so you had double the load.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did that turn out your freshman year?
It turned out good. We did good in the district tournament. We won the district tournament, actually, and we lost first round of regionals. So, but
Good.
It was fun.
Good. So now you're off into your sophomore season.
yes.
When does volleyball start for high school? Like, what's the season for? You know, it's basketball.
Basically, football season.
Football
like, it's
season.
basically the same. Like, we'll have 2 games a week, and then Fridays it'll be a football game.
Gotcha.
Something like that. 2 or 3 games.
Gotcha. And how many games do you normally play in volleyball?
Like in a week?
No, course of a season.
Oh. I'd say 2 to 3, maybe even 4 a week, over a course of like 2 months,
Oh, wow.
maybe.
Wow. So you play a little bit often.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So I grew up watching volleyball. I was pretty good in volleyball, but I never got to play it, right? One cool thing that I did hear about is your dad. Your dad, when you told your dad, tell me if this is true, because it's the outside source, right? Said that although you're done playing AAU basketball, you wanted your dad to continue and coach those girls. Is that true?
Yes.
Why?
Because one of his players, her name's Emma, I had played with her since I started AAU. And me and her I felt like we were the core of his team and the program that he was trying to build and the image. So I was just like, and I was friends with a bunch of the girls that I had played with before, and they were all sweet. So I was like, I don't care. Like, if you want to coach and you want to keep coaching, then that's perfectly fine. I'll be at most of the games.
Yeah, no doubt. And you just saying you did that.
Yeah.
You did that. That is awesome. One last question. Well, I have actually 2 more questions for you. One is, you played your sophomore year and you played varsity for volleyball. Was there any accolades there? And what did you guys wind up doing this season?
What did I get? I got all tournament team but pre-tournament and post-tournament in the district tournament. But sadly, in the championship game of the district tournament, we lost in 5 sets to POW.
Oh.
It was a very close game.
Wow, but you still are gaining. And have you had any recognition or anybody call you from colleges? Are you interested in playing ball in college?
I got a letter earlier this season from Chattanooga inviting me to like one of those like invite only camp things.
Nice.
But I wasn't able to go because I had previous plans. But I don't think that I'm gonna do volleyball in college. But you know, I'm only a sophomore, so I might change my mind.
Absolutely. And it's cool, and it's cool. The reason why I want you on here, for years I've coached, and at the beginning of the season, I always get the parents together, and I'm like, hey, you know, I know your family members may have played ball, you know, you have a huge love for it, but these kids may be the best NASCAR driver in the world, and you're sitting here trying to make them tackle somebody, right, or shoot some hoops. And your family was behind you 100%, and it seems that you found another niche, another hobby that you can play to continue to be a student athlete. What's your GPA?
3.7.
Dun, 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 dun. We like to hear that. That is amazing, Maggie. You continue to do those great things. That is very important that you keep your grades up. Grades are going to lead you to college. Now, the people want to know, what's your dream job?
Even though they're very different fields, I would either go into like high-end real estate or forensic science. Nice.
I want to be a computer scientist when I was your age. And I went to North Carolina and visited that school, but I wound up doing video production, and 20 years later, look at me now. It's pretty cool. So always follow your dreams. Always be a great person. You know, treat yourself well and everyone else around you. Always continue to be a leader. I love you. I'm always here to support you. And if it's anything I can do to help you, even if it's mentally, I think I'm a psychologist to some people, you make sure you let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'm super proud of you. Now, who do we have on the bench?
Just my old basketball coach.
Oh, basketball coach. People say he's a troublemaker. Is he a troublemaker?
A little bit.
Well, I love him too. But we're going to find out why Coach Jerry Williams is right here on the set with us in just a minute. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Scotty Dykes. While the insurance industry has changed over the years, our office offers auto, home, life, mortgages, and many other banking services, including retirement planning. So please give our office a call, text us, or email us, and we'll be happy to do business with you.
Chancellor Jamie Brooks has been practicing law in Anderson County for over 30 years. He knows our community, our people, and our values. He's a conservative with the experience and temperament you want in a judge. He listens courteously, considers thoughtfully, and upholds the law. That is why Governor Bill Lee appointed him to the bench. The Republican primary is March 5th. Let's keep Jamie Brooks as our Republican Chancellor in Anderson County.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
Welcome back. It's me, Coach DJ, here live on Exigent Sports. And right now, I have a good friend of mine, Jerry Williams. How you doing, Jerry Williams?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you on. Now, I had made a post on Facebook that it might get a little heated in here. We're going to keep the temperature down. That I promise you guys. We'll keep the temperature down. I really want to talk about Jerry. I met you, years ago. I think we met with similar interests, doing AAU basketball. You was doing it for girls. And then you joined me for a while. You went off and did your own. But it seems like you found your home with Tennessee Flight. Tell me about Tennessee Flight and how you landed there.
The Flight Trotters it's kind of a long story. Obviously, we started, we were around this area with Intensity and John Green and the things he was doing when Maggie got started. Went to Jay's, wanted to do my own thing, and really kind of wanted to do, similar alongside with what you were doing, but right. I really wanted to make it more specific towards Oak Ridge to try to create a feeder program. So I went with the Bombers. Unfortunately, we tried to start that in the year that COVID hit. Gym space was going to be impossible after that. Yeah. I was in between jobs, kind of had a personal situation where I didn't know, what we had just started our business. I didn't know if that was going to work or not. So Dream Elite out of Knoxville offered me a paid position to come over there and kind of be the director of their girls' side.
I forgot about that. I remember that.
I did that. I did that for a year. Yeah. And every step along the way, it was all part of the puzzle. Mm-hmm. And really, it was that Dream Elite year when when I combined the girls I had with Wes Carmichael from Clinton and the girls that he had that had been playing together for a long time, Addie Gamble, Laney Carmichael. We combined forces there, and that's really where we started to become, wow, we're going to be a pretty good team as seventh graders. So after that year, we looked at things pretty in depth, and long story short, we had several kids who were in this for the long haul, and Trotters had reached out to me and was kind of just gauging my interest on coming over to their program. And the beauty of that, by then my business had kind of taken off, and I had such a great group of girls that the opportunity to just go with Trotters and just be a coach and just coach my girls and not have to worry about the admin part of things was just something we couldn't turn down. So that's how we ended up with Trotters, and it's been nothing but a blessing, to be honest with you.
Like family.
Yes. I mean, we and truth is, we have kids on our team now because we have Trotters on our chest.
Absolutely.
That's just fact.
Absolutely.
They've been around a long time. They put a lot of kids in college. It's a recognized name when you go to Run for Roses, when you go to nationals.
Yes.
People know who the Trotters are. And that's no disrespect to any program I was with before. But Trotters just gives you that brand recognition.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree
move.
with that. Great program. I remember one time I came out and watched you guys play. I don't remember the area, but I remember coming to the gym and you was in a game. So I sat back just to watch. Of course, you coach. I enjoy watching you coach. Right?
Little Bobby Knight, I mean.
I enjoy watching you coach. You're animated, but you can tell the passion is great, right? But also I want to see what you had. Well, I knew Baggy wasn't around at that time anymore, and I was like, what is he chasing, pretty much? And I sat back and watched those girls play, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal to see them work together. They hug together. It's like I said, family is the only thing that I can put to that, and I think you did a great job with that.
Yep, thank you. I tell people all the time, and it's not me patting myself on the back. I mean, we have been blessed with great kids. Maggie referenced her earlier. We started with Emma Rainey. She's now playing at Bearden, which is obviously a great program.
Oh yeah.
And we just added pieces around her and Maggie. We combined with the Clinton girls. That was another step, and then we went to Trotters, and that brought us. My point guard's Dia Swimmer is from Cherokee, North Carolina,
right?
And then we picked up Emma Cooper, who's from York. So nice. I didn't think I'd ever be a coach that was going to be getting the phone calls from these kids, parents all around the state, but. Right. What I tell people, it's the number one thing that now that I've been a part of it, if you want to win in sports, it has got to start with your culture of your team.
Absolutely. And you said that when you came to me, right?
Yep.
And years ago, you was like, it's all about culture.
Yep.
So I didn't mean to cut you off there.
You're good.
But
I was just going to say, I look over at Caden, and another program that's around here is Coach Free's baseball program has an unbelievable culture.
Absolutely.
If you have that, you can win.
Absolutely. And I started here with Coach Graham, Graham, and he always talked about culture. And culture does make a difference, and it's how you set the tone.
Yep.
So, Jerry, I've known you to do a lot of different AAU tournaments. I'm one of those guys that is completely against AAU locally, right? I think it's watered down. I think a lot of it's garbage. I think a lot of referees don't deserve to get paid. Now, I'm not being critical of referees. I want you guys to know that the one job that I do respect the most, more than coaching, is referees. They have a hard job. They have it hard. They have to get it right, or they're scums, right? But those are not the referees I'm talking about, because there's amazing referees out there. Right. And coming to your tournaments, it displayed that.
Yep.
How in the world? I've been to so many tournaments locally, and these referees, some of them are there to get that whatever per game. And they're really not. They don't. They may even have a passion for the game, but they may not even be in shape to do it. Sure. How do you pick your refs?
I'll be honest with you. Whenever I'm having a tournament, I've got 2 or 3 guys that I call. Ralphie Goodson over in the Alcoa area. Will know. There's some guys that I know are good referees, and. Basically, when I do it, I call them and I hire them as my reffing coordinator.
Gotcha.
And they know I don't want don't want bad referees.
Right.
So the first thing I do, usually I'll ask them, we typically pay $5 a game more than probably what they get other places, and I don't say that to brag. I just say it because I want him, when one of them picks up the phone to nail down referees, I want them to be able to get the good ones.
Absolutely.
As long as you're around this game, you're always going to get good ones, and
right. And you're always going to have bad calls.
And listen, I'll be honest with you. We went to Orlando this summer for nationals, Orlando E40 nationals, which E40 is Elite 40 League, which we were invited to be a part of. And I had some of the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life down there. I mean, I guarantee you, to fill the convention center with referees, they went down to the local YMCA and found some guys playing pickup ball and threw them a referee shirt.
Right. You see that a lot.
But the problem is you have a ref shortage, but then you have now so many AAU programs, so many tournaments running. So it's simple. It's economics, supply and demand. You're only going to get so many good referees, and there are some very, very good ones out there.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some good ones in this area, but unfortunately, it's become such big business with trainers, with all the different programs, and every little Johnny and little Susie that wants to play travel ball now has a team to go play on.
Absolutely.
Me personally, I think that's wonderful. I think every one of those kids, you don't have to be an all-star to go make those memories and have that fun.
Right.
But with that said, it means that instead of, when we first started doing this, you'd have 1 or 2 tournaments in the area you had to choose from. Mm-hmm. Now you've got 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So your referees are spread thinner, which obviously lessens the quality. But you're right. There are good ones out there, but there are some that are just there to get their money.
Absolutely.
And that's okay.
Absolutely.
That's life, I guess.
Absolutely. I want to know, Jerry, what's your dream job?
I've got it.
I love it.
My wife and I own a home health care business. We've just finished and completed going around and visiting all of our clients, taking them gift baskets for Christmas. It's just something that we started doing when we had 3 clients. Mm-hmm. It allows us. God has blessed us beyond. You'd need a whole nother hour show for me to tell you that. And then outside of that, I got 2 more years of coaching basketball. I'm taking these kids to the finish line.
Yeah.
And
I was
people
going to ask you that next. How long you got?
And people say, "Oh, you'll coach again," and I'm going to tell you, I probably won't, simply because I'll never be able to duplicate the group that I have. They are an unbelievable group of kids, group of parents. When I tell you no drama. For 2 years now, no drama.
Wow.
I've not gotten one phone call from a parent.
Wow.
They love each other. They support each other. I invited you to our Trotters page, our friends and family page. The way they go to each other's high school games and support each other. I'm telling you, it's what we have is different. It really, really is. So, my whole thing is to get these 11 girls that want to go play college basketball, get them a scholarship, and then someday get invited to their wedding, because that means I did my job somewhere along the line.
And that's why I want you on here, because I've seen that, and I see the family in it, and I hope it can encourage the next group, the next coach, the next organization, just to do things the right way.
Yeah.
Try to build a bond. Every place is not for everybody. Find that fit for you, and go out there and be great, because there is a fit for you. So, Jerry, I greatly appreciate you coming on here and sharing that information. Before we get off here, I do want to know if you have any girls you want to give a shout out to.
Well, we don't do anything singular, so I'll just run through the roster real quick.
Okay.
We've got 2 at Bearden. Emma Rainey, who it started with, I've had that kid since I think her mom had to tie her shoes for her when she first started playing for me. Katie Foster's also at Bearden. I've got 3 at Alcoa: Maddie Stewart, Gwen Carroll, and Sophie Carnes. Mm-hmm. I've got 2 at Clinton: Lainey Carmichael and Addie Gamble.
They're balling.
How many is that? 7. I got Dia Swimmer at Cherokee, North Carolina. Nice. Full-blooded Cherokee Indian.
Nice.
Emma Cooper is at York up in Jamestown. I've got Bailey Tidwell at TKA, mm-hmm. and I just finished watching Addison Hayes from Granger. Watched her the last 2 days over at Anderson County. It's a special group of kids. Every one of them play or start varsity at their respectful high schools. So, to put all that talent together on one team, people try to tell me it'll never work.
Yeah.
It's worked. They don't play all the minutes. So it's just been. They've been a blessing. They're an unbelievable group. I could talk for hours about them. So,
absolutely. Well, I know you've been a blessing to them, and you definitely have blessed me with your presence to come on here. I greatly appreciate you. Now, I think somebody's in the studio. Just came in on the bench. Who do we have on the bench?
Some kid over here with a cannon hanging off of his right shoulder. Caden Black is coming up next. Young man, I have enjoyed watching you play the game. I'm a big fan of people who play sports the right way, and I think you're one of those kids. Keep it up.
All right, folks, you heard it. Caden Black. He is our committed player of the week. He is on his way to college, but we'll find out more about Caden as soon as we get back.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Scotty Dykes. While the insurance industry has changed over the years, our office offers auto, home, life, mortgages, and many other banking services, including retirement planning. So please give our office a call, text us, or email us, and we'll be happy to do business with you.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is your one-stop shop for vehicle sales and service. The Duff family is open for business for everything automotive. We offer fully inspected, dependable pre-owned vehicles, and most come with a powertrain warranty at no extra cost. We also have a complete service department equipped for maintenance and repairs on all makes and models.
Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Chancellor Jamie Brooks has been practicing law in Anderson County for over 30 years. He knows our community, our people, and our values. He's a conservative with the experience and temperament you want in a judge. He listens courteously, considers thoughtfully, and upholds the law. That is why Governor Bill Lee appointed him to the bench. The Republican primary is March 5th. Let's keep Jamie Brooks as our Republican Chancellor in Anderson County.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
Welcome back to Exigent Sports. Excuse me. Right now, I have my co-host along with me. Who is that? Derek Jack? Oh, my goodness. Who let let him in the building. How you doing, Derek?
They should have locked the doors. I'm doing all right sitting here with the real DJ, though.
But that's DJ. That's the real DJ, no doubt. And on your shirt, looks like you got Smith Road.
Smith Road.
Representing, man. I love it, man. I wouldn't have it no other way. Derek Jett, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you for bringing me on.
Absolutely, man. I heard that Caden Black was on the set, and he's sitting on the bench, and he's our Committed Player of the Week. Let's find out what's going on with Caden Black.
Yes, sir.
Committed Player of the Week, Caden Black. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. I think they like Jerry Williams so much they put him back up there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind that. How you doing, Caden Black?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Man, I am blessed to have you here. Caden, before we get this show started, I'm going to see if my producers has this picture from 10 years ago. Look at that. Look, do you recognize any of those people in that picture?
All of them. All of them.
Even your brother.
There go Quez. Oh
there go Quez, Ayana, who was our Bolo Player of the Week, my son Dane. That is awesome. 10 years ago. Do you remember those days?
We got undefeated that year, didn't we?
I think we did.
I think we did.
I think we did, man. I think we did.
Lit
I went
champion
undefeated a lot of years, though. That's pretty good. Now I was blessed with some good kids. Blessed with some really good kids. So, Caden, man, congratulations on your commitment to Johnson University, playing baseball, which you've done for a long time. I just seen the basketball picture. When did you stop playing basketball?
I think I finished Coach Ronnie Scott maybe when I was 8, 9. And that was it.
Oh, he did it to you, huh?
Yeah.
Coach Ronnie Scott made you stop playing?
No, not at all. That's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Too much running.
Well, I do remember you having some breakout times with me playing ball there, and you did very, very, very well for me. And it was always exciting to have you, Quez, and Ayana play because I knew it was going to be a show one way or another. You was always active, and it seems like you still get after it in baseball. Tell me about your love for baseball.
I got too much love for baseball. Like I wake up think about baseball. Like it's just my whole life. That's what I do.
Absolutely. And as far as I know, all the blacks play baseball. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. All of them.
All of them played baseball, and all of them did well. Yeah. On that picture, I seen your brother. Who was that? Bryson was on the picture with me. He was my assistant coach.
Yeah.
I coached. My first year ever coaching was in football with Monk. And he brought Bryson on, and Bryson was our quarterback then. And so I think we was like 5 or 6 years old. So you was a little bit older in that picture. But I've coached so long. I've coached your brother when he's about 5 or 6 years old. So tell me about when you're heading off to Johnson University.
I'll be heading off after this baseball season. I'm excited for it. Really excited.
Absolutely. And I know a lot of people have commitments, right? And or they have offers, sorry. And some of them kind of look over and waiting on the right one. I remember your brother Seth. He was drafted.
Yeah, he was.
Straight out of high school to go to the MLB.
Yeah.
And but he decided not to. He went on and did baseball in college. What made you decide to commit?
Just get more looked at. Me committing to a good college gives me time to, get more weight on me, get bigger, get stronger, and grow a little more, and just get way better at baseball than I am now.
Absolutely. I love that. So how much football requires a lot of workout, baseball and everything. Is there a lot of workouts to do, like physical lifting weights and things for baseball as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's more about like explosive, like how fast you can move weight, because you don't got to be the biggest. You just got to have the most like explosive power, you know what I'm saying?
So what is your position with Oak Ridge?
I play shortstop.
Wow, that's an important position.
That's a very important position.
That's a very important position. So they trust you to do that. It must mean you're very good, man. I absolutely like that. And that's something that, knowing Caden Black, when I coached him, right, I know his family and their background. That's something that, I could see him playing shortstop because he gets after it. Very athletic, gets after it, and I know he can throw the ball pretty good to get him out. So that's pretty cool. Caden, What's it like knowing after this year, Mama ain't gonna be able to cook those meals for you all the time?
I mean, a little nervous. I'm gonna miss it. Her meals are nice. I'm gonna miss my grandmother, my grandpa. Their meals were like nothing else. But I'm only 40 minutes away, so I'll be back all the time.
Absolutely.
Can't go nowhere.
Absolutely. What are your ultimate plans in baseball?
Hopefully, I'm gonna go to Johnson for about a year or two. Hopefully, go somewhere D1 and make it to the MLB.
Well, Caden, what I want to tell you about the MLB, I've talked about making it to the pros a lot on this show, and also on Graham's Gridiron Guidance. And we had somebody from the Seattle Seahawks. He was the vice president of player development, and I told him, I was like, hey, I always tell my players, if you want to make it to the pros, don't count out the other options. So my suggestion to you, Caden, if you have a dream to make it to the MLB, you very well can, okay? You need to know that even if it's not for a player, your MLB chances is not over. There's coaches, there's trainers, there's in the building, there's lawyers, there's cooks, there's people who have to manage the field. There's so many different jobs that you can do right in the MLB. So in case anything happens, injury or overlook, whatever the case is, if your dream is to be at the MLB, make sure that you don't count out the other options other than being a player, okay?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, always keep dreaming.
Absolutely.
Moving forward.
Absolutely. Hey, Dirk, you got anything for that guy on the bench over there? He's riding the bench right now. You got anything for that boy on the bench?
I come from a little small town. I want to know what it's like to play for Oak Ridge baseball.
Oak Ridge, you're just playing for a little community. Like, everybody knows everybody, especially the black family. I'm not trying to say anything, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm playing for specific people, and it's just a blessing to do that.
Hometown.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Caden Black, you've been amazing. That was a great interview. I thank you so much for even taking the time to come down here, join us here on Exigent Sports. Make sure you tell all your friends and family to make sure that they watch your interview. Good luck in your future endeavors. If you ever need me, I'm a phone call away. You have my phone number. You call me anytime. If you want to, like I told Maggie earlier, I think I'm a psychologist to a lot of people. I was like that in high school, I can tell you.
I lean on you.
Yeah. So anything I can do to help you mentally, I don't have a lot of money, but if I can send you a little finances, I will. All right, man?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Derek Jett.
Best of luck to you out there, young man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Man, it was what's going on in daggum Oakdale. Was you out there doing all that in Oakdale?
No, I know. I got to see a little bit on Facebook, but looked like WWE was going on up there.
I thought that was only in Cofield.
Yeah, well, you might get it around there a little bit, especially Oliver Springs rolls into town.
Oh man, that was super exciting. I seen that and I watched it over and over. So I'm trying to figure out who's who and who's doing what. And man, it got pretty grumpy up there, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they looked like they was having a good conversation, and then all of a sudden he was going to film him a little bit, and then chaos broke out. TSSAA made some money that night.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But you're sure it wasn't you?
Definitely wasn't me. I try to stay out of those areas.
Derek Jett, welcome to the show. Exigent Sports. I'm going to have a few on the panel and Facebook, and I'm going to get on Facebook, and I'm going to ask to vote. Last week we had Coach Rock Corey Benjamin on. He did a good job. This week I have you on, and I'm hoping to light this show up today. We're excited about having you on today. Tell me where you're from and a little bit about you, Derek.
Well, I'm from Smith Road, right here in Anderson County, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. But I claim Oliver Springs. I'm all Oliver Springs. So I went to Norwood. Everybody that's came through Norwood in the last 10, 15 years, they probably know me.
Yeah.
We've been down there together a couple times,
I'm there now, and I coach some 6-year-olds. Pray for me. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's fun. It's like herding cats, ain't it?
It is. That's what somebody told me.
But yeah, it's a little small little town. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Loving town.
Yeah.
Support their kids. Very proud of the football team this year going to semifinals. You know, that was big.
Absolutely.
Finally beat Cofield. You know.
Yeah, it was good.
That was enough.
Yeah. And I'm a super fan of your boy, Ricky Jett. Is he playing basketball?
Well, he is playing basketball. He had a Christmas tournament game yesterday at Anderson County, but he's on vacation now. You know, his mama planned it, so.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's missing tonight against Anderson County.
Coach Jones pretty upset, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's probably a little upset, but he's understanding. I mean, he knows family's family, you know, and there's things that just happen. So
yeah, no doubt. And Lance is a guy that I've known for a long time.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure you guys came to the gym here in Oak Ridge and played ball against us, and it was probably Oakdale that night every time we played. But Lance is a good guy. I've coached his son for years, and he's taken the reign and coached my son for some years.
Yep.
And, you know, I enjoy Lance and how he's coaching. So, yeah, I think your boy's in good hands.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I definitely wish them luck. Now, who is the senior? A lot of people's talking about the senior at Oliver Springs, the big guy. What's his name?
That would be Javen Barger, number 0. Yeah, he got his 1,000th point this year.
1,000 point.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
We had a little celebration in the stands, you know, nothing too big.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
All right.
You know.
Congratulations. That is an awesome job there. So we've been looking around, and we've been watching all the teams, Harriman, Rockwood, Kingston, Oakdale, Oneida, Cofield, Wartburg, Sunbright. And I noticed that those Sunbright girls, they're on top of the map.
Yeah, they're 10-0.
10-0.
Yeah, and
10-0.
I think they start 4 seniors and 1 8th grader.
Wow.
Yeah, 8th grader.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
An 8th grader.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So 4 seniors, that means, you know, those they've been through there. They know the ropes. They know what's going on. They got 1 8th grader that's coming up through the ranks.
Yeah.
Is there anything between that, you know, 9th and 11th grade class is going to help that 8th grader to keep their momentum going next year?
They should be. They'll fall off a little bit, obviously, because they lose a lot. But you know, they got a good coach too. I can't directly remember his name, but he's I've seen him around. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
you know, and he gets some girls working. You know, and
I'm looking for him.
And he's got a rotation, man. I'm telling you, what's so wild about it is like about every 2 minutes, every minute and a half, it's a whole different. They come at you, and they keep coming at you.
Oh, wow.
You know, you can keep it close for a minute, but if you don't hang on, they're going to roll.
Yeah. That's sweet. If anybody has any contact to the coach, I want the team on here. I want the coach on here and a couple of those girls, especially that 8th grader. That's important. So if anybody has any ties, you let us know. I definitely want to get on the show. Hey, guys, the phone lines are open, 865-483-8112, or you can call in toll-free at 866-412-8112. If you have any questions for Derek Jett or myself, we'd be more than happy to answer. If you have any insight about any sports that's going on and want to give a shout-out, please do so. Also, the first person that calls in, we have a gift card for you from a local restaurant, and we'd be more than happy to give that to you, and we'll continue to do that every week. Now, let's talk a little bit about boys basketball.
All right.
Harriman.
Man, they're tough.
They are tough.
They're tough.
They are tough. They have kids that we've seen play football, and they have that one kid that's just always played basketball.
Right.
I had them on the show for the day, but they had plans. So we'll have them back, and it's going to be, I can't wait to have them on to talk to them. They have state championship on their mind.
That's straight up. I mean, you know, they went out and got the nice, you know, all the nice stuff, all the best equipment, got the coaches looking sharp, players looking sharp.
Yeah.
Taking them team buses. I mean, it's an atmosphere right now. And I mean, I think it's state tournament or bust, you know.
Yeah.
And they got a good shot at it. They got a good, solid team.
Absolutely.
You know, all around Jordan McCollum. I mean, the kid's tough.
That's committed. They say committed to Murray State.
Murray State.
Murray State, because he wants to be a veterinarian, and I think that's the best program.
That's all right.
Yeah,
right there,
and we've said it time and time after again. You know, kids, go to a school that has your major and does well in your major, because that's the fit for you. You're going to be a student athlete. So make sure that you do that. What insight do you have, besides Jordan McCullum, what insight do you have about that Harriman boys program?
Well, I tell you what, he's played on the Jays with us, and he played on the NLP with us, that Caden Henderson.
Yes.
Hey,
Henderson.
I'm telling you right now, when Oliver Springs played them, it was a 10-point game. And that kid was lights out. I mean, he was hitting threes, the big threes.
Yeah.
And then, you kind of forget about him out there, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, he just got 6 points on us back to back. You know, it's time to step up. So they just got a tough team. I mean, they got some shooters.
Is there anybody in their region that we know close by that can possibly compete with them?
In their region, Jellicoe could probably give them a little business. I mean, Harriman beat them by 6. And, of course, we lost to them by 10. So that's, they're in a different district, but they're in the same region.
Yeah.
So
Jellicoe's playing good ball.
Yeah.
They are playing good ball.
I mean, that kid up there, he can jump.
Yeah.
5'11", 155 pounds, and can
fly?
Yeah.
Like John Morant?
Tomahawk.
Are you serious?
I seen it.
Oh, wow.
I've seen it.
So
I've seen
I
it
know
live.
Oliver Springs just played Jellicoe recently.
Yes.
And it was maybe a 4-point deficit.
It's 59-52.
59-52.
Yeah.
Ethan Jones scored 33 points in that game.
11 rebounds.
11 rebounds?
Double-double.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir. And I don't even know how many dimes he had, but he had a few.
I think he had.
He's getting close.
I think he had like 6.
Yeah. He's a baller, and he's a sophomore.
And he's a sophomore. Wow.
This region's got to deal with him for 2 more years.
Yeah. And he's we've had him on the team and seen that kid play. I talk about referees a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because I love and respect what they do. And but we've been in situations where the referees are just sitting there watching Ethan.
Right.
He can't get a call.
No.
Because they're amazed and all about what he's going to do. So they're trying to wait on this next move.
Hey, I'm just glad they figured out what the Euro step is. You know what I mean? How many times we had to explain, that's a Euro step.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. But I talked to some referees about the Euro step, and obviously in the NBA, they do it a lot. They come from Europe. Manu Ginobili was one of the first ones to bring it to the NBA to make it noticed. And I was talking to a referee that's a real good referee, and they was like, it's really the discretion, of the referee,
right?
If that's a walk or not, even with your 2 steps. He was like, it's supposed to be, but a lot of them call it, and some of them don't. So I guess, like he said, it's at the referee's discretion.
Yeah.
But 2 steps.
Yeah.
Every time you do it, it's 2 steps, right?
Right, yeah.
You get every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Who else in the girls, is making a little noise? I know some Bright's doing really good. Anybody else out there making any noise?
Well, I mean, it's a up and down season. I mean, you got your Harriman girls out there that are, they're coached by Adam Smith, which we coached with at Norwood, been around at Norwood.
Yep.
And Justin Taylor's his assistant, which is a real good friend of mine.
Good.
And that's 2 really good coaches. And they got a good team, a young team coming up, ready to go. And I say over the next couple of years they'll be all right.
Yeah. Jerry Williams talked about a couple girls that play out there in Clinton. I think Clinton came on with a 9-0 start. The girls.
Oh yeah, they're tough.
They are tough.
Mm-hmm.
They run the floor. Mm-hmm. They get after it. They're scrappy on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they remind me of the way we would coach our guys.
Right.
Be scrappy. Be all over the place. Go get the ball.
Same way Lance.
Yeah.
The same way Lance has done it through the Jays and the NLP, and now in high school and middle school. Well known for defense.
Exactly,
and they are too.
Yeah, those girls, they get after it, and so it's exciting to see that program in Clinton, get their shine. I think they did very well in volleyball.
Yeah,
they did very well in football.
Yes,
and the girls program is doing very well. In basketball right now, so that's always good to see. So shout out to you guys, those Clinton Dragons.
Yes, their program's coming back. I mean, it's all the coaches are doing a great job. I mean, it's I work with a lot of guys from Craig Cox,
Yeah.
Out here,
Yeah.
got them hoppers, he's bringing them up. So, the culture's changing out there. It
Absolutely.
really is. And they're fired up and they're ready to go.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Speaking of culture change, I'm a huge fan. You know me. I love everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coaching the team, and I'm coaching the other team as I'm coaching the team. As I'm coaching my team, I'm always coaching somebody else's kids that's playing just because I love them so much. A program that I love so much, a coach that I love so much, they're not doing so well right now. Let's talk about Shelly Burgess and his Cofield Jackets.
Well, I know, and Shelly, he'll turn it around.
Yeah.
He's young, he's got some good sophomore talent. And, like I said, they got a great 8th grade team that he'll inherit, and they'll get a lot of playing time.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said,
Is that the Bucks? The Bucks AAU team?
Bucks, one's with John Quinn and
Jason. Hey, be on the lookout for those guys.
Those Bucks are good.
Be on the lookout for those guys. And speaking of be on the lookout, I'll be on the lookout player of the week, Ayanna Porter. Ayanna Porter has a 4.0 GPA. She is a junior at Oak Ridge High School. She took some time off of basketball and just recently came back to join Coach Taylor at Oak Ridge High School. And I know we'll do some great things. Great family background. Her father, Adrian Porter, played for Oak Ridge, wound up going to college and playing a little ball. But the Porter family themselves, they're very athletic. If we can, let's show that picture of the young ones at the Boys and Girls Club. And if you see there at the bottom of the screen, the young lady all the way to your left, there it is. That is our Bolo Player of the Week. And it was times, the guy right over is Jaquez Thomas and Quezzy. That's my guy right there. But it was times that she was, the leading scorer or leading stealer or leading assist person. She played just as well, if not better, than a lot of those guys that you see right there right now, and she continues, to fight and play. So to have Ayanna back on the Oak Ridge Wildcats basketball team makes me excited because I love watching her play. I used to watch her when she was in middle school, and she's just with ease, just taking the ball, and she'll go in and do a move and do easily a little left-hand layup with no problem. I'm just like, wow, and I say left-hand layup because she's right-handed, right?
Oh, yeah.
A young lady in middle school, they're really just working on that. She was doing it with ease, very talented, not to mention a 4.0 grade point, average.
Good.
So
that's real good. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout. Guys, the phone line's still open. I got gift cards to give away. I know one of you want the gift card. I had somebody messaged me last week, was like, I was going to call in, but there's no buts. Call in, let's get this gift card. Ask a question for Derek, Jed, or myself. We'll be more than happy to take your call. The number's on the screen, 865-483-8112, or you can call toll free at 866-412-8112. Now, so what do you think here? We talked about Harriman, they're on their way. Alva Springs has a studded sophomore star that's on his way with a senior that's doing great things as well. We talked about those Clinton girls and the Sunbright girls. What do you know about Midway?
Well, Midway's got a pretty good ball player, really good athlete, all three sports. Brennan Reed.
Is that the kid a couple years ago? He played as a freshman.
Yes.
That kid is tough.
Yeah.
He is
tough. He's their quarterback.
Yep.
I'm sure on baseball he's a pitcher.
And, he's a three-sport player?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his mother, I went to school with his mama, Lindsay, out at Oliver Springs High School, and his dad, Wyatt Wilson, went to Rockwood.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah, and his little brother, just spitting image of him in 8th grade. I mean, he's a baller.
Now, little brothers are normally better than the big brothers. Does he have it in him?
He's got it in him.
Yeah.
But, it's going to take a lot of work.
Right. His brother's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real tough.
I watched that kid. I came, I want to say it was 2 years ago. I came to watch Oliver Springs just play. I think my son was about to leave 8th grade going into the 9th, and we just came to support Oliver Springs. I don't even think our boys were playing ball yet. We just came to support Oliver Springs. and they was playing Midway and that, it was like, I think it was you. He was like, had a kid's a freshman. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's very good.
You know, O'Toole, Justin O'Toole up there was the middle school coach, boys and girls, and he runs he's a high school football coach.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of everything in Midway. If you go to Midway, you're gonna see Justin O'Toole. But,
okay.
You know, he's a very good coach and gets them kids ready, and you know, Midway pride.
So you saying O'Toole is like the guy on Bruce Almighty? Was it Morgan Freeman on Bruce Almighty? Yeah. He was everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the king of South of the River, buddy.
Shout out to O'Toole. And I think we've talked to O'Toole here on Graham's Gridiron Guidance before we started doing Exigent Sports, and I've heard a lot of great things about O'Toole.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
He really is.
Wartburg.
Wartburg's back and forth, and they had a real good game the other night against Cofield. That was a 61-58, I believe, was the final score, and it was all the way down to the wire. But you know, they're still building their program, and you know, they'll get there. They got some good players out there.
Yeah,
you know, they got that Queenie kid out there. That he's the wide receiver that's got all region, and so.
Okay.
And he's a little ball player in basketball. So
okay. Well, we talked about Cofield. And there's something I want to do on this show. We talk about the word of the day, right? The word of the day is haste. Haste is a noun. It means excessive speed or urgency of movement or action. It means to hurry. Those who make haste with development misses the mark. Now, I found that a similar Bible verse. It says, those who make haste with their feet misses the mark. And I wanted to know exactly what haste meant. And basically what I was just saying is, you know, don't be in a hurry. Don't rush the process.
Exactly.
Take your time, right? Build your program. You know, so Shelly, take your time, build that program. Don't be in a rush to get them to a place where you know they're going to be.
And they're going to.
They are. So, you know, haste. The word of the day is haste. And that goes for all you coaches, right? If you're building a program or if you've had a great program and you know, and then you're trying to rebuild because, you know, a lot of talent's gone out. For you young kids that, you know, is anxious, you know, to make it and to get a college offer or anything like that, you know, haste. Don't be too hasty to do it. Just kind of let it run its process. Let it take its time. Let it take its course. And that's very important. Very important. Phone lines are still open. 865-483-8112, or you can call toll free at 866-412-8112. So we talked a little bit about Cofield and but the one that we haven't touched on, we talked about the brawl. What's going on with Oakdale?
Man, I don't know. You know, they got a feisty bunch, you know, and they play physical.
Yeah.
You know, they play good physical defense, and they can shoot lots out, and they can, and you know, it's like any other kids, you know, they can get, you know, up in your face and stuff, you know, and some people, you know, if the fans would just let the kids be kids.
Yes.
Because the thing about it is, and I'm going to tell you this, we had a little scuffle up there in the AAU basketball, you know. And it was with the team from Knoxville. You know, they didn't like that we were keeping up with them, you know, from down this way.
Mm-hmm.
And
is that was in Jerry Williams' tournament?
No, that was another one, but you know, we're rowdy, you know. But you know, I mean, but then what was so cool about it was Cofield and Wartburg and Midway put a team together.
Yeah.
A few other kids from other schools, and then you got these kids, you know, a couple of them from, you know, this school, Oliver Springs, different schools. And, you know, man, it looked like we was at the Civic Center.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, it's out there. Nobody had no problems. You know, if a kid gets tangled up and they hit the floor, listen, it happens.
Right.
Trust me, my son's Jet. I mean, he's a glove, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna play the defense, and
Absolutely.
he makes people mad. But at the end of the day, they're gonna shake hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and then, but I mean, I want to speak on it, but sometimes you can call a kid's number, their name, if you know them, and you get over 4 years. You know, same guys.
Right.
And you know, it's lost are cool.
Yeah.
And you know, and unfortunately, It's going to cost a bunch of seniors because Oakdale is a senior heavy team.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost them, unless they can appeal it and win it, it's going to cost them their tournament, you know.
Man.
Somebody might be getting ready close to hit 1,000 points and need that district tournament. They get 10 points and he ain't going to get that shot, you know.
Man.
But
it's sad, man.
It
is.
You see it all over the place now. I mean, we just, you know.
A lot of it has to do with the shortage of referees.
Right.
Right. The fans get rowdy about missed calls.
Right.
And things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, but it's all good, you know. Parents, fans, cheer loud, cheer proud. But don't be disrespectful to other people's kids. You know, don't talk to other people's kids, right? Because you think they're brats or they don't have good sportsmanship. Everybody's different. You know, I was always told, you know, you have a great group of kids here, right?
Yeah, great.
But do not go out and think you know what other horses are in the barn.
Right.
You never know what other horses are in the barn, and there are always somebody out there that compete with you. There's always going to be great referees. There's always going to be bad referees. But you will always have class. And you will always be respectful. So don't forget about the word of the day, Haste. And don't forget about sharing this podcast, because sharing is caring. And until next week, we'll see you again. Have a blessed day.